Hey guys, it's me. It's been a while since I've last posted, and I guess it's time to start making videos because, yeah, I guess I've gathered enough experience from living here in Canada. Yeah, it's been 2 years since I've left my home country, you know, in search of a brighter future, but um, I'm in a point in life where I need to be as strong as I can, you know. Um, so to start with, yeah, I've graduated last December, and the job market's crazy right now. Like I'm in software engineering. I have a second you know, another diploma in network and systems administration, but for some reason I can't get a job, in both of those industries, which is kind of crazy because I do have the credentials, I do have the experience. It's just that I don't know, I don't know, maybe it's just the market that's really bad right now. I'm trying to be as positive as I can. I'm trying to hold on, like I'm trying to have grit and everything, but yeah. I'm hoping that everything goes well. I've been doing my due diligence. Due diligence. I'm attending IT conferences. I'm attending meetups. I'm I created my portfolio. I learned Blender. I cannot even. I mean, I can't even imagine myself how much I've put in. Just to put my name out there. And yeah, right now I'm still hoping that someone, somehow, I hope someone calls me. It's not just that I've been applying to multiple jobs, interviewed to multiple companies, um, modified my resume thousands of times. Uh, but yeah, it's so hard to get a call right now. So I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful, while doing all the stuff that I need to do. I'll try to give it a few more months, and I don't know. Maybe it's time to leave this career, if ever. But I hope not. It really is my dream to become a software engineer. But if software engineering doesn't love me, then what am I gonna do, right? Yeah. It's been 15 years. Yeah. It's like a relationship, Like, it's like a relationship, which is, yeah. I mean, it makes it so hard because I remember when I was back in school, I really argued about this, about this career path that I was gonna take with my mom. Like, I tried to defend this to her. Like, I really love this, and I know that I'll have a bright future in this career, but it seems like, I don't know. It seems like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know for real. Well, you know, um, I still believe that when you're at the bottom most, you know, part of the situation, there's only one direction, and like, uh, the only direction to go from here is upwards. And I believe that there's a reason why I'm experiencing this. Maybe there's something big for me, you know. Maybe. I'm doing all my best. I've been studying tirelessly, you know. I'm grinding 2 a.m.s to learn stuff. And yeah, like, I think it's more of the be patient and keep doing what you're doing, and someone will notice you someday, you know, and try to network. I mean, I've been networking and everything. One moment. Back. So, yeah. So I've been networking and everything, but yeah. I'm still waiting, you know. Still very hopeful, keeping my hopes up. I'm praying. Yeah. I'm blabbering. I'm repeating myself already. It's just really frustrating, you know. Yeah. Because recently I got a job, you know, but yeah, I had to go because they said they're looking for someone who's more senior, and now I'm applying for a junior position. And yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe maybe it really is just the job market. I'm sorry if this video is kind of like, you know, kind of shitty, but yeah, it's my first video. Like, it's my first, like, not really first video when it comes to, you know, making content, but it's my first video of me just trying to speak in front of the camera. Yeah. I just want to, yeah, talk in front of the camera, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so how did I even end up in this situation? You know, like 3 years ago, actually, it's not 3 years ago. It was since 2018. Yeah, it was since 2018. 2018, I went to Canada. I get to experience Canada, and it's beautiful. I fell in love with Canada, you know. Like, it looks promising. There's so much nature, which is something that I really love when it comes to a country. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there's so many things. And then, yeah, I just attended my cousin's wedding that day. I mean, that year. I spent like a month here. And one of our relatives told me that, hey, if you want to move to Canada, you know, go to Winnipeg. You know, Winnipeg has the easiest pathway to become a permanent resident if you really want to move here. I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's beautiful and everything, you know, like, why not? 2019, I went back to Canada, you know, just to explore more, just to see how it feels like to be in this country. And even I fell in love even more with the country because I was able to try snowboarding, which is something that I've been wanting to do since I was a kid, you know. When I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of X Games, you know. That's why I'm into cycling, I'm into BMX, I'm into all those stuff, extreme sports. And get to try it, and I was talking to my friend, and she was like, yeah, just apply through the federal skilled worker pathway, and then, you know, if you get selected, they'll give you a call, or I'm sorry, they're gonna contact you, and then they're gonna ask you to apply, right? COVID happened. I wasn't in Canada. I wish excuse me. I wish I was in Canada. because if I was in Canada, I would have already been a PR or probably a citizen now. But no, you know, God has different plans. So you know, I got home back to the Philippines before the pandemic actually put us into lockdown, because I think it started 2019, but the lockdown started 2020 around March. So yeah, I was here in Canada December 2019. I wish I would have stayed longer. Was it March or January? I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah. So yeah, I got back home. Uh, From there on, I've been dreaming of coming to this place. Like every single day. Excuse me. I've been just thinking of when to come, when to move. I've looked into different options, and then one day I saw that, hey, there's this job posting by the Canadian government that they're looking for foreign workers, right? And I went to Canada again back 2022, December 2022. Yeah, I went to Canada again, 2022. And then I was like talking to my parents, everything. And then I stayed here for almost 3 months. I was staying in a friend's attic. It's very cold there, by the way, because from December to March, it's winter. So yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, it is winter from December to March. Like, it's snowing, it's really, really cold. And yeah, I don't have a heater up there, so I had to cover the bunk bed, just to keep the heat inside the bed. I have to cover it with a lot of blankets. Yeah. So yeah, I was surrounded with blankets just to keep the heat inside. It was crazy. I wasn't able to get a job. It was hard. Everyone was saying that, oh, we don't support the LMIA, which is fair enough. You don't support LMIA and stuff. I mean, it's your company, and I can't really do anything about it. So I was like, okay, this is not good, because I really want to move here now. So I took exams, like college exams, and then I passed the college exams. I convinced my mom, I really want to stay here, stuff like that, And she helped me. I'm really, really grateful for her, because she helped me. And that's the reason why I was able to study. I'm an A student, I started studying September. I went back home, by the way. I went back home for a bit, for like a few months. And then I went back here July. I found an apartment. Around September. I moved to that apartment, and everything's so nice. I'm excited. I was still working my part-time job as a project manager, and I was so happy and excited that I was able to reset my life, like I was able to start again, and I'm lucky. I feel lucky, I feel lucky because not everyone has this opportunity, and I'm still happy because of that, I'm still happy because I got to experience this and everything. And then, yeah, I was studying really hard. I aced most of my exams. And at the end of it, I'm an A student. At the end of it, my GPA is like 4.0 something, I think, or 4.1 around that, which is just good, you know. Um, and then I finished my internship. My supervisor and my colleagues, they liked me so much. But unfortunately, I wasn't the one who got selected because company decisions. Sometimes they need to have decisions, and I guess I wasn't the one for them for some reason. But yeah, so I graduated December. I marched June, and all throughout that, because I had to quit my project management job, I I drove for Uber Eats. And it was crazy. The ride was crazy. Um, I get into an accident and everything. Like when it comes to driving, I got to experience all of this stuff that uh, a driver normally experience. Like we're always at risk back then. I guess even if we're driving safe, you know, um, someone might not be. Someone might be drunk. Someone might be under the influence. And yeah, that night, yeah, that was unfortunate because I think that person who bumped me was like under the influence. But yeah, I I didn't have any cameras, so yeah, back then. So yeah. So yeah. Everything was going nice for real. Like until everything was going nice until I started my internship when I had to quit my job, my project management job, because that project management job was providing for me. Yeah, and they were really nice to me. You know, yeah, they were really really nice to me. God bless them. Um, what else happened? So I drove for Uber Eats. I I got like I got connected with more people because I've been attending conferences even more. I was able to complete my portfolio. You know, it's a WebGL portfolio, by the way. Like you can view it. It's webdev.ej.me. It's webdev. That's the webdev.eejay.me. If you just wanna visit it, it's beautiful. Um, and I've I've attended some interviews, and I waited and waited until September. I got my first job, and I was so thankful, and I was like, I was I was grateful, you know. And I stayed there for I stayed there for 2 months, and they're like, I wasn't even able to complete the finish my what do you call this in like my probationary period. They were like, we're looking for someone senior. I was like, I wish they would have given me that spare month and a half. I would have learned more. I would have improved. You know. You know what I found out after they let me go? Found out that it wasn't really that hard. Like if the resources were there. If the resources were there. Man, I'm a very resourceful person, by the way. I know I try my best, but yeah, I was having like a hard time with that one because I was learning Angular and I got used to React, which is very different. Um, yeah, right now, I'm feeling bad, but I'm trying to be positive about it. Um, and I hope I get a call from someone soon, and yeah, I hope I get to collab with them or land a job with them. something that'll help me survive. Because again, being a foreigner in a different country is not easy. Some people think that if you leave your country, you're already set for life. No, that's not true. I guess a lot of people succeed because they're having all of these hardships in life, but it's not fun. Yeah, it's not fun. Well, you're in this type of situation. And I hope that a lot of my fellow Filipino people rethink about their decision before coming or before going to a different country. Like, it's not a joke. It's something you actually have to think about. Maybe maybe I didn't actually thought of this back then because I wasn't the one who's experiencing it. But now that I'm the one who's experiencing it, yeah, it's true, guys. Yeah. Try to think of it as much as you can before you actually commit to it. And yeah, guess that's my video for today. All right, for those who stayed and watched this video until the end, thank you for watching. And yeah, if you're interested with the stuff that's actually happening, life in the day of what's happening, I'll try to post as much as I can. Yeah, just subscribe to my channel, I guess. And you don't need to leave a like unless you actually like this video. But yeah, it will probably help, but yeah. But I want to keep my channel as wholesome and genuine as I can. That's why no edits, even though I know edits will help when it comes to improving the quality of the content. Maybe someday. For now, let's keep it as simple, as wholesome, and as real as possible. All right, guys. It's a Sunday. What day is it today? I think it's Echo! What's the date today? I lost track of date. So it's the 23rd of November, 2025. We're still fighting. Yeah. Thanks. Cheers.